Hi, and welcome, and thank you for stopping by. So this is my continuation of my series of watching and reviewing a bunch of Walt Disney classic um, live action movies and a bunch of Walt Disney classic animation movies. Okay, so let me know in the comment section below um, what what is some of your favorite classic Walt Disney um live action movies, and what are some of your favorite Walt Disney classic animation movies. And here on my channel, I like to do movie marathons. So next year, I got some planned out to do for y'all, like watching and reviewing all the Toy Story movies leading up to Toy Story 5, watching and reviewing the Scream movie before Scream 7 comes out, okay? And I think Steven Spielberg is doing a UFO movie. So before that movie comes out, I'll try to watch and review all the Steven Spielberg movies that I have in my collection. Okay, and then I might be able to review all those and come to a conclusion which is my favorite Steven Spielberg movie. That thing. Okay, so that'll be another marathon. Okay, so I got some laid out for y'all for next year. Okay, so today I'll be reviewing the Computer War Tennis Shoes. Okay. So, so let me give you the background, okay? So, um, the background is the computer wore tennis shoes. Now you see him, now you don't. And the Song of Man of the World is a trilogy, and I didn't know that, okay? I grew up only with the computer wore tennis shoes, the Song of Man of the World, and the Bedford Executive, okay? And those movies what got me in to becoming a Kurt Russell fan. Okay? And okay, and like earlier this year when I was watching a bunch of different movies that or movie franchise I never saw before, then I was watching the Kurt Russell movie that I never seen before. Okay? So maybe in the future I'll watch them again. Okay? Um okay. Um now I bought it like 5 or 10 years ago, and then the other day, when I found out that it's a trilogy, and so I'm kind of a little disappointed that whoever designed the box set put the movie in wrong. Okay, so they would put this in order. Okay, and okay, so when you have a box set, I wish you would put the movie in order of the release date. Okay, and the Bedford Executive was one of my favorite movies when I was a little kid. And what happened? It's not part of the Dr. Riley trilogy. You know, part of the Metfield era, or with the Kurt Russell and Dean Higgins, the guy that always yells. Remind me of Frank Costanza and George Costanza from Seinfeld. That's another character that always yelling. Okay, I wish that the Bedford Executive took place in with Dexter Riley, Dean Higgins, AJ Arnold. That would have been awesome. Okay, but it's still a fun movie. I'll be reviewing that one a few days from now after I watch the other one. Okay, the Computer War Tennis Shoes. Uh, it's about a guy going to get a part for the computer for his teacher or professor, whatever you want to call him, and he goes in there and during a rainy night, and he touched the electrical outlet or part of the computer, and he gets shot. And then the next day, he becomes the strongest man in the. He becomes the smartest man in the world. Okay. Yeah, I almost said the strongest man in the world. No, that's another movie. Okay, with they did make another one where Dexter Riley becomes the strongest man in the world. Okay, but uh, but he found out that he was really smart for the next day he had to take a test, and while he was taking the test, he knew all the answers, so he took it under 4 minutes and a half, and he was flipping pages. Everybody was looking at him. A lot of the students were looking at him, going shh, shh. And then he took out the sandwich from the sandwich bag. He was eating it. Everybody was looking at him. The student were giving him a weird look. And then, most of the movie, he was doing tours around the world. He was on TV. Okay. Agent Arnold and his chauffeur took him to the racetrack so he can bet a horse and they can make a lot of money. Okay. And then they have a Medfield and another college have a competition for $100,000, and what happened? Dr. Riley say all the right answers, but at one time during the competition, he spit out Applejack, 3 points, something like that, and A.J. Arnold thinks that he's gonna expose him by saying that people are gonna find out his operation. So he wants his chauffeur or butler, whoever it was. He did all three of the trilogy, and we're gonna let's see, what was his name? Shirley Walt. I think that's for him. And he kidnapped him. And then his friend from college, they find out it was A.J. Arnold that kidnapped him, and then Dr. Riley almost exposed his operation by saying Applejack, something else like Applejack, 3 point something like that. That's why A.J. Arnold kidnapped him. So that they were trying to go out looking for him, and they paint his house, okay, and his chauffeur or butler, whoever he was, thought they were real painters. I'm like, you thought they were real painters? But you're kids. Even A.J. Arnold knew that right at the moment when he came in the house, he's like, those are a bunch of kids. But he his boss confirmed them. Here's the number. Okay, and then whoever came on the phone said you win the prize. But and then they take off in the dune buggy. A.J. Arnold take off in the dune buggy that was Dexter Riley's dune buggy. Okay, so and then they have Dexter Riley, Kurt Russell character in the box, and he come out, he can't walk, and then Dexter Riley Bill E. Gatsby Atlantic. That's what he said toward the end of the movie, because he's out of breath. He can barely say Philadelphia. He barely can say Atlantic Ocean. And then the one guy with the red hair, he said, I know. I finally know. And then the guy with the microphone that asking the question like, sit down and give us the answer. And then that boy uh, said the winning answer. Okay, and then Matthew Collins wins. Okay, so um, so um, I want to say that it's just a fine movie. To be honest, it's not a very good movie at all. Cause the computer wore tennis shoes. The computer is not on his shoe. It's in his blank. Okay, so they could have changed the title. Okay, um, okay, they could have changed the title to like the man with the computer brain or something like that. That could have been a better title. Okay, uh, or the smartest man in the world or something like that. Okay, um, okay. Um, but I do have a lot of nostalgia for this. Uh, okay. Um, okay. I used to have it on VHS tape when I was growing up, but I don't think this would be in the top 10 best Walt Disney live action movie. I think Pollyanna better. I think Old Yeller. I think that's like one of the greatest movie ever made. One of the greatest Walt Disney movie ever made. Old Yeller. But yeah, okay. I think I like the Bedford Executive better. I remember liking that a lot more, and I thought that movie was a lot funnier. To me, it's too cheesy. They could change the title, make it better. Uh, they could had the plot better. Okay, like when they were damning him at the doctor, you see computers in his brain. I'm like, yeah, it got too corny and stuff. Um, the only thing to keep me from giving the movie an F is nostalgia. Kurt Russell, AJ Arnold, and chasing the kid and shooting him. Okay, I think they should have set the movie up better. Okay, nowadays, or or I should say either back then with comic book, or nowadays in the movie, if he became like a smart person um, with computer brain, um, then he would have been like a superhero. Okay, he would have been like Mr. Fantastic, or it didn't like Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark or Mr. Fantastic or on those three like uh, or even Bruce Banner or on those like the four smartest superheroes ever. Okay, so yeah, okay. These movies, these movies with Kurt Russell are kind of like superhero movies, uh, uh, but they don't play them as superhero. They just play them as like cheesy movie, classic Walt Disney movie. Some of them are better than the others, and this one, uh, I can watch it from beginning to end on nostalgia base and enjoy it for many different reasons and how I name them. Okay, but so I'm gonna give it like a um, like a D. Okay, and okay, and um, and after I watch all three of them, then maybe I'll rank it from what to bet. That's the Riley trilogy. I never knew that it was a trilogy. Okay, um, okay. Now I'll go watch. Now you see him. Now you don't. The second one. So thank you, and let me know that you grew up with these movies in your childhood. Which one was your favorite? My favorite was when I was a kid was the Bedford Decadent. And if I ever met if I ever saw Kurt Russell at Comic Con, saw that he would come in and I met him, a lot of people would probably be talking about him with the movie, Escape from New York, L.A., Soldiers, all those movies, Little Big and Trouble in Chinatown. But I would probably be showing him this and get him to sign the movie. So that's what got me to find out who Kurt Russell was when I was a little kid. Okay? So that's it. And thank you. And see you in my next Walt Disney video. Thank you.